Now, when you combine that with tightening up that midsection, that's gonna give you a phenomenal V-taper. Hey man, Gary Walker here, and welcome back for another video. All right, in this video, I'm gonna tell you how to build the perfect V-taper men's physique. All right, so here's the thing. When it comes to building a V-taper, you basically wanna go wide at the top and then narrow down at the midsection. So what that implies is you have to have a narrow midsection to begin with, or you have to be doing some things that are going to help you burn some of that body fat. Now for this video, I'm gonna give you 3 exercises that I am gonna recommend that are gonna help you with that wideness factor. Now, if your goal is to make sure you can see the V-taper, you wanna make sure your nutrition is on point. You gotta be eating in a calorie deficit. You gotta be doing some of those things that are gonna help you burn some of the body fat. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you continue to get wide. If you have a wide midsection, you're gonna become a block. We're talking about shaping you into that V-taper. So I'm gonna give you my 3 exercises. I'm gonna be assuming that you're doing all the nutrition things that you should be doing to help you burn body fat. If you wanna know how to eat specifically to burn body fat, make sure you check out some of the other videos we have on our channel. We have a ton of nutrition videos showing you how to carb cycle. Some of you guys may need to do some intermittent fasting and things like that, but that's gonna help you start burning some body fat. The second tip I will give you is you wanna make sure you're doing some type of cardio. So I don't mean long duration cardio, getting on a treadmill and going for 45 minutes to an hour all day, every day, but at least 15 to 20 minutes of some cardio. Get some of the blood flowing. That's gonna help with recovery. It's gonna help with overall blood flow and also just help with your heart health. Now, with that said, let's go ahead and get into these 3 exercises. The first one we're gonna really need to focus on are the shoulders. So the widest part of our bodies are gonna be our shoulders. What you really wanna focus on now is working on the medial delts or the lateral heads, which is the side of your shoulders. That's what's gonna bring out that width. The best exercise to do that with is a lateral raise. So there's a lot of different lateral raise variations, whether you're using a cable system, some bands, but I'm gonna show you a standard lateral raise using dumbbells because I want you to make sure that you are doing these correctly. To work the lateral heads the best, you wanna make sure you're using the correct range of motion. Now, what I mean by that, if you see people do it this way, or maybe this is some way you do it, bringing the arms all the way up, you'll see people doing that. The goal isn't to get the hands up over your head. The goal is to get your hands away from your body, out to the sides. Imagine you have 2 walls right beside you. You're standing in between 2 walls and you're trying to push the walls out away from you. That's what's gonna really target those medial delts. So you want that to be the motion that you're going with. The next thing you really wanna focus on is make sure you have a slight bend of your elbow. You don't wanna keep locked elbows. You'll see people doing this as well. Problem with that is you're gonna put a lot of stress on your elbows. A lot of older men, and again, I work with tons of older men in my one-on-one coaching program. A lot of them have medial or lateral epicondylitis, which is basically just golfer's elbow or tennis elbow. One of the biggest issues with that is a locked elbow position when doing lateral raises. It's gonna create a whole lot of irritation on the joints. So just be, cognizant of that when you're doing these. Make sure you have a slight bend and you're going away from the body. I'll show you 3 or 4 of these reps so you know how to do them correctly, because I also wanna make sure you're using a correct cadence. The last thing you wanna do is throw the dumbbells up and allow them to drop. That's using momentum. You'll see people throw them, drop them, throw them, drop them. You actually wanna keep tension on the lateral heads. So again, out, away, away, nice, slow, control it on the way down, just like that. Slow, control the weight on the way down. Slow and controlled. With the goal being growth for the medial delts. Because again, we want you to get wider, which is gonna make you look more narrow down at the waistline. So to do that, shoot for about 3 to 5 sets of lateral raises. Now, this is depending on whether or not you're a beginner or an advanced athlete. If you're advanced, you've been working out for a while, you may want to do more sets. If you're just starting out working out, you're just trying to focus on building your lateral delts for the first time, 3 sets is gonna be good. The frequency I like is twice a week. So maybe Monday, Wednesday, or Monday, Thursday. Just structure them into your program, making sure you're doing them twice a week, anywhere between 2 to 5 sets. So just keep that in mind. If you're doing them twice a week, you can do 2 sets for each one. Also shoot for about 12 to 20 repetitions. Lightweight, focus on controlling the movement. All right, so that's the first exercise that's gonna help you look wider. Now the next one is a really good exercise as well. Let's come over here and I'll show you the second exercise. All right, now we're here at the second exercise. We're gonna be doing a lat pull down, but I'm gonna show you 2 variations. First thing I really want you to focus on is make sure you're doing a TRICON lat pull down. What that does, it's gonna give you 3 of those isolation holds at the bottom of the movement, which is gonna put a ton of tension on your lats. Second thing I'm gonna show you, typically when you think lat pull downs, you're straight overhead, straight down. The thing about that exercise when done that way, it's not the best lat developer. You actually want to angle back slightly. So instead of directly overhead and directly down, we're gonna create a slight angle so you're still over your head, but you're angled more towards the front of your body and you're pulling down and back. That's actually gonna target your lats a whole lot more. Now with the TRICON, we're gonna do 9 repetitions. Hopefully you've done my TRICONs before. If not, again, search Gary Walker TRICON. You'll see a ton of exercises that I demonstrate how to do TRICONs correctly. Now for this one, I'll go ahead and do a full set for you. That way you know. The next thing we wanna do when you're doing a lat pull down, I like to have my thumbs to my side, come straight up. That's more of a natural hand placement. All right, so I'm gonna come right here. All right, so when you're doing a TRICON, the first 3 are typically done in an explosive fashion on the way down. Nice full stretch, explode down. Control the weight on the way up, explode. You can do 3 reps like this, explode down. Nice full stretch. Now we're gonna get into our first contraction. So whether you're a beginner, advanced, if you're a beginner, you can just do 3 to 5 seconds, hold, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. Relax, lower the weight under control. If you're more advanced, you're gonna wanna do 10-second holds, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006. You really wanna focus on squeezing the lats as well here. And again, you'll notice I'm leaning back slightly and I'm not completely upright with my elbows straight down to my sides. Okay, that's the difference. You're still gonna work your back, but a lot more rhomboids here, as opposed to when you have that leaned back position and your elbows are coming slightly behind your body. All right, so 3 holds. Now you're going super slow, 4 seconds down, 4 seconds up, 4 seconds back down, 4 seconds, and your last one. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So your 9 repetitions. The key things I want you to focus on, again, if you've done TRICONs before, you know how they work. If not, the first 3, let me just do a refresher. First 3, explosive on the concentric, control the weight back up. The second 3 repetitions are going to be isometric holds. 2 to 5 seconds if you're a beginner, 10 seconds if you're an advanced. If you're advanced, you've been doing TRICONs before, or you've advanced working out, you've been working out for over 2 years, you can do 3 10-second holds. The last 3, when I say super slow repetitions, 3 to 4 seconds, bringing the weight down, 3 to 4 seconds, lowering the weight. 9 total repetitions. And what your lats are going to do is widen your upper back. So now we've got wide shoulders, wide upper back, and it's going to make that waist appear a lot more narrow. If you did nothing at all but build your upper back muscles, build your shoulder muscles, you're going to look wider. However, the goal is to bring that body fat off of the midsection as well. Then you're going to bring that V-taper in quicker. Now I'm gonna give you the third exercise, but let me give you a bonus tip. Make sure you're working your obliques. Make sure you're working your abs. So I like doing Russian twists. You can do Russian twists. That's gonna really tighten up your obliques. Again, if they're covered in body fat, you can't see them. But the plan for you while you're doing this should be to be burning body fat through your nutrition, through your cardio, doing your Russian twist. That's going to tighten up your midsection, and we're widening up your shoulders, widening up your lats, your upper back. And the third exercise, let's come over here and I'll show you what that is. Okay, now we're here for the third exercise. So basically all upper body width exercises, but we're getting wider shoulders, we're getting a wider upper back, but you also want a good muscular upper chest. The last thing you want to do is have this nice looking width in your shoulders, your upper back is looking good, and your chest has just gone away. The reason we're focusing on the upper is because that's what's going to bring out that upper body width, because you can have really good lower pecs, but they're covered up. You're not really gonna notice. It's not gonna make a big difference in your overall V-taper. Now the upper pecs are gonna make a massive difference. So the exercise I'm choosing for that is dumbbell incline press. Let me grab a couple light dumbbells here. All right, couple points I wanna make when you're doing this. Make sure you're using the right angles with your elbows. Make sure you're getting a nice, good stretch in your chest. The reason I stress in your chest is because you don't really need to focus on stretching your shoulders too much. Here's what I mean by that. You'll see people do the elbows all the way out to the side. That's a flared elbow. If you flare your elbows out directly to your sides, this is gonna put a lot of strain on your shoulders. Also, when you get really low, like you see the dumbbells are all the way at my shoulder level, this is doing more of a stretch in my shoulders and not so much in my chest. So the first thing I want you to focus on is bringing your elbows in slightly. You know, the typical flare, you got that 90 degree, we wanna bring it in 60 to 75 degrees. That should be a lot more comfortable on your shoulders. Now, the other thing you really wanna focus on is controlling this weight. So you wanna push up directly over the upper chest, because again, we really wanna target the upper chest. Upper chest, and you wanna lower under about 3 seconds cadence. 1001, 1002, 1003. This is what I mean by a good stretch. My chest now is fully stretched. If I go any lower, basically all I'm stretching from here to there is shoulders. So you don't need to go quite that deep to get a full chest stretch. Now, 3 seconds to lower. Now you can lift explosively. 1 to 2 seconds to get back to the top. 1001, 1002, 1003, slight pause, explosive. 1001, 1002, 1003, slight pause, explosive. So that's the cadence I like to use when I'm focused on growth. Slowly lower, that's the eccentric portion of the lift. 3 second cadence, pause about 1 second to get that full stretch at the bottom. Explosively use that concentric contraction to help power through those upper chest muscles. These are the 3 exercises that if you do, you're going to look a lot wider. So again, wider shoulders, wider upper back, thicker upper chest. That's gonna make a massive difference in your upper body appearance. Now, when you combine that with tightening up that midsection, that's gonna give you a phenomenal V-taper that everybody is after. So let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below. Hopefully you like this video. Again, doesn't matter how great these workouts are, how great these exercises are. If you're not focusing on your nutrition and adding a little bit of cardio, make sure you're doing those and you're going to do great. You're gonna look great. Thanks so much for watching this video. That's all that I got. Get busy, get after it, and God bless.